Well, thank you so much for this is just amazing to be on this call with all these folks, all these dudes supporting my friend Kamala Harris. You know, I had the privilege of actually being Kamala's seatmate in the Senate. We got to know each other very well. I consider her a friend, and of course, she's a woman of amazing integrity and passion. But before I talk a little bit about that, I just want to just take a moment once again just to thank Joe Biden for what he did in passing the torch and how much we appreciate that. And can you just imagine a president of the United States who puts the country before himself? That is amazing. And it is a clear difference from the guy who wants to be back in the White House, which is why we have to win. The thing that I really appreciate, though, most about Joe Biden was that he was pro-labor. We heard from Jimmy Williams earlier. You know, he's the most pro-union president ever. To me, that's incredibly important, especially from the state of Michigan. Union is incredibly important in my state. People are passionate about the ability to join one. And it's personal to me. My father was a union member. My father-in-law was in the UAW. My mother was a union steward for the SEIU union, and she organized her workplace. She was a nurse's aide, a person who you may be familiar with nurses' aides. They're overworked, they're underpaid, they're underappreciated. But she knew that the only way that she would get ahead was by joining a union. They collectively got together and made that happen. That's what freedom is about. We've been talking about freedom here in this program here. Freedom to collectively bargain, to fight for fair wages, to have affordable health care. And when it's all said and done, after you've worked, retire with dignity. And let's be clear, that's what Kamala Harris is all about. She believes in her soul about the need for workers to be able to join unions. She's been out on the stump recently, talked to a major union. And you compare that, you know, elections are all about contrast. You contrast that to two phonies that are on the other side. Donald Trump, you know, when Joe Biden came into Detroit and walked the picket line with the UAW members, the first time that a president ever did it. You know, I was on that picket line with folks, and they talked about how authentic he is and real, just like Kamala Harris. And what did Trump do when he came into Detroit? He had a rally that he said was pro-union, and he did it in a non-union shop. There were no union members there. You've got J.D. Vance, who basically does a photo op. He's never lifted his finger once for working men and women in this country. And I don't believe you can have a middle class without a strong and vibrant union movement. That's who is in our heart and soul as Democrats, and that's what we're going to continue to fight for. It's going to be a key part of this coalition, and I know Kamala is going to fight to make that a reality. But I just have one last thought. It's about J.D. Vance in particular, about how he thinks about women. And we all love the women in our lives, whether it's our mothers, our sisters, our wives, our daughters, and we worship our loved ones. But what does J.D. Vance think about women? Just think, I just want to leave one idea. Think about this. When he is strongly pro-life. He does not believe that women should have the reproductive freedom necessary for their proper care. And he does not believe that there should be any exceptions for rape or incest. And he was asked in particular about rape. Then what did he think? If a woman was raped, was she raped? And she had to carry that baby, what did he think about it? Well, this was the word he used. He said, well, rape is inconvenient. Well, guys, on this call, rape is not inconvenient. It is absolutely catastrophic. To me, that should disqualify J.D. Vance. It should disqualify Trump, who led to the overturn of Roe v. Wade. And as men, we need to come together and understand that this is an attack against the people we love so much, the women who are in our lives. We have to win this race. We will win this race. We've got to come together. We've got to win in Michigan, my state. I think it's safe to say you probably can't be president of the United States if you don't win Michigan, but you got to win in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania and other states. But this is where the battle is. We've got to dig deep, put every nickel we can into this race that we can afford. get out there and work, talk to our friends, because the future of this country truly is at stake. So thank you for having me on this program. This is amazing to have this kind of energy. We're seeing it on the grounds in Michigan, but we got 100 more days. This is going to be a long slog. Together, we will do it.